I had this one single question that was actually bothering me all the time, is that why everyone cannot succeed? Why everyone cannot become independent? Why can't we have some magic wand or do something so that everybody is successful? But the fact of the matter is that, like, I wish if there was something like that, but that's not the fact. That's not the nature on its own, right? And we need to understand and discuss in this video that why everyone cannot become independent. So make sure that you stay till the end and watch the whole video. And if you haven't subscribed to the channel, subscribe and make sure that you give your 100% focus to make sure you get as much as possible. Okay, let's get started. So in this video, we will be going with the 3 major reasons why people quit, right? And what is that particular things that stops them from becoming independent? What is that flow? That is how even the nature works, right? All of that, let's go and get it forward. Okay, so first thing that I want you to actually tell and make you understand here is through the process of the nature itself, right? If you understand here, basically if you understand, so this is the soil, right? And what we see here is the roots, right? What we see here is the root, and we see the plants, and slowly it starts turning into what? The plant starts turning into a tree, right? And now when the tree comes in, you need to understand here, so what tree gives out first? So you will see a lot of leaves, right? Leaves, okay? So a lot of leaves, right? And then it will be having a lot of branches, right? Okay, and now you will start seeing in the right season, what it starts giving out is what? Flowers, right? Flowers, right? It starts giving out flowers, right? So now you need to think, all the flowers in this tree, do you think it will become an independent seed and become like a tree? No. Right? Which means that what actually happens here is that there might be a wind that can come, yes or no, right? The wind that can come and disturb them, right? Or it could be the sunlight. Because of overheat, the flower can actually just get itself into decay mode, right? Or because of the rain that can come. So which means that for major number of people, when a disturbance comes, they cannot hold it to the main source, right? It is the same thing is true with every individual. This is like your goals, this is like your dreams, this is like what is that you want to do, right? This is the source, right? And if you don't leave the source, right? So this is like a goal, or this is like your dream. If you don't leave the source, you will stick to that till you become independent. Otherwise, many people, what will happen is that because of the various disturbances, or even like some creatures, like could be birds that might fly around, and when it is actually going from one place to another place, if the stickiness to this, the branches are not strong enough, the flower might drop, right? So which means that I want to tell you here, what is that particular process that you go through here, right? The 3 things are disturbance. So for a human being, what happens if a nature itself is saying every flower cannot become an independent seed, correct? Same thing is true with every individual. Whoever having a goal cannot become successful, right? Because they get into what? They get into disturbances of their family, their friends, their environment, their surroundings, and all of that, right? And the disturbance lead to what? Distractions, right? So where what starts happening is this disturbance creates the distraction. It forgets about the goal. This makes this as the main thing, and it starts dropping down, right? So flower actually started dropping down. So now you think about this. Once the flower falls down, what will happen? Because of the distraction, right? Once the flower drops down, what happens? Now this will lead to decay. What is it called as? Decay, right? It leads to decay. So which means that, so because of the disturbance, it is in distraction and decay. Distraction from the goal, right? So unless and until you are completely directed with the goal, so you are not going to succeed. So which means that these are the three main reasons. So this is where people quit, right? So this is where people are going to quit on their dreams. And when they quit on their dreams, these are the three behaviors that they are going to show. What are the three behaviors? Blame. Blame what? Blame the situation. Oh, this is like this. The wind came in, the sun was there, right? So it is like wah, 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 wah. So even though they know that they got disturbed, but here is the difference between successful and unsuccessful. Disturbance happens for every flower. Yes or no? It happens for every individual. Every individual goes through that painful journey. It's really painful. Universe is bound to make you go through that like haywire thing. So it is like very, very, very chaotic, right? So we went through the pandemic, or we went through various different types of situations, right? But who gets themselves very strong to that trunk and the goal, it's unwavering mind, right? That gets you into that direction is still there, right? You're sticking there, right? So you use the leaves and get yourself completely inside that. So that is very, very important, right? So then, so disturbance to distraction. So what happens is that people get into the distraction, they get into what? Decay mode, right? So quit, right? So blame, complain, and justify. Right? So what do? So they blame, they complain, and they justify. So this is very, very important, that what we need to understand is that once we go through this process, this is the behavior that you will see people demonstrating, right? Now here you have a two choice, right? When something happens like this, right? So when the disturbance comes in, right? We all understand sometimes our own parents will actually like let us not go towards the goal. Sometimes like it could be your own friends, right? So who could actually create that disturbance in you, put some negative thoughts in you, right? Or tell something about you or anything, right? So but you have two choice. Take that pain in you and transform yourself into something bigger than the flower. What is something bigger than the flower, right? Something bigger than the flower here is you turning yourself into what? You're turning yourself into a raw fruit, right? You're turning yourself into raw fruit, right? You're turning yourself into raw fruit so that you can avoid you falling down and decaying, right? The moment you become raw fruit, that is something much more powerful, right? And that is the transformational journey that the flower has to go through. But whatever the flower that does not turn itself into the raw fruit will anyway by default will quit. Yes or no? How many of you have seen below the tree there will be lot of flowers, right? That will fall down. So like when it was in the tree, it was giving what? It was giving nice fragrance, right? But once it falls down, it gets decayed and it smells, right? So what is fragrance up there, right? Fragrance up there is a smell at the bottom. Same thing is true. So top of the pyramid in the society is like really beautiful, being rich or successful and all of that. But today if you see, the bottom is always like not good enough. Like how is that? The objective here is that the whole nature works that way, because the nature is definitely not anyone's creation here, right? So but that's exactly what we need to understand, the rules of the game. When we are in the nature, when we are part of the nature, we need to understand, okay, I have a choice to be at the bottom of the ground or at the top and start becoming independent. So like the real transformation is you transcending yourself from this and you yourself becoming a possibility for many people, right? That is you becoming another seed, right? So that goes through the process of you becoming a raw fruit. Again, what will happen? Tell me what will happen. Even when you achieve from one level of success to another level of success, there is a plateau, like that raw fruit will stay. But again, your parents will come, right? It can come from you, like if you are a student right now, it can come from your college, it can come from like your friends on social media, or it can come from, like if you are a working professional, it can come from your boss, or if you are a business owner, it can come from your employees, it can come from your customers, it can come from, the disturbance can come from various different zones. Now when you are in the transformation journey, you have a choice. You know it. What is it? You can go through the process. Again, that raw fruit, right, falling down. Raw fruit falling down, and the same process, it does not change. Disturbance, distraction. You got distracted from your goal. What is that you want to achieve? You forgot that, right? And then falling down, and then you decaying. And when you quit, what is that you're going to do? You're going to blame your boss. That's what many people do. When they quit their job, when they don't know what they need to do, the behavior comes out. Quitting has a behavior. Blaming the disturbances, complaining and justifying. But they didn't understood that they forgot their why. They forgot their goal. And that's very, very important, right? And that's the process. And to just understand this or decode this, it took me like very long time to actually understand like why people behave the way they behave, right? It's because that's exactly how nature is, right? Why flower should not be fragrant here? No, it is the nature. It will smell. When it bottoms out from the goal, you're going to smell. The moment you quit on your dream, you're going to be a smelly person in the society. Nobody wants to be around you, right? Do you like that? If you don't like that, never ever quit in your life. You cannot fail if you don't quit. You cannot fail if you don't quit. Many people think disturbances is a sign of failure. No, failure is a part of success. You need to understand. So you failing many times in the journey of transformation, that's okay, but you should not quit. That's very important. I hope that you understood that, right? And now what is that next process? When the disturbance comes, you staying there, sticking to your goal, never having a wavering mind there. So unwavering mind, and then turning yourself into a beautiful what? Beautiful fruits, right? All the raw fruits, will it become fruits? No, right? So you're turning yourself into fruit. So many flowers were there, but they fell down, and it is smelly, it is stinky, fragrance to smelliness, but few of them have become really good fruits, right? That's what we see even in a school or a college. Why everybody will not score above 90%? It is the nature, right? It is the nature. Why everybody cannot succeed, right? It is the nature, right? But if you want to be among the top 1%, top 2% or top 5% of the whole nature and start becoming independent, you better work yourself, getting your stronger why. The stronger why towards your goal creates that stickiness. Get this very clear. If you're watching this, right, type it down somewhere that I will never quit. Right? And write it down. What is your why? Strong why to become independent. Right? Let that flow in through your fingers. Right? Type it down. What is your strong why to become independent? So that come back, like whenever you feel like quitting, come back and watch this video. Right? I'm telling you seriously, come back and watch this training again and again so that you will understand, if I quit, it's the time to get decayed, right? And smell and have a lousy behavior. Right? So not to do that, which means that it is very important you get into that fragrance mode and get yourself into the fruit, right? And when you get yourself into the fruit, so here is an option that what you have. So what is that the fruit does, right? It is beautiful, looking beautiful. It could be like mango, right? It could be guava, right? It could be any type of fruits, right? So but now, so what is that particular thing that actually happens from here is that it stays there. Again, what will happen? The disturbance comes. Again, it can come because of the monkeys or because of like various other creatures that want to eat the fruit, right? Yes or no? So many people want to take out certain things from you, you will get distracted. But one thing you have to understand, the moment you became beautiful in terms of like you being useful to people, that seed is there. Even though other people disturbs you, it does not matter. That is a beautiful state. The moment you become fruit, which means that you becoming beautiful inside, whether people use you, whether people do anything with you, it does not matter, because till you like becoming a flower, if you fall down, there was a problem, you will decay. If you're a raw fruit, if you fall down, what will happen? Again you decay, right? But if you are a fruit, then if you fall down, even though the beautifulness of that might stay for some time and still it might decay, but now something beautiful has happened. Like if it is actually used by mango, you became useful to people around you. It could be for monkey, it could be for humans, it could be for any birds. It could, like you fed somebody, that is you being useful. And even though if you are thrown out on the ground, what will happen now? Tell me what will happen. Yes, even though if this seed after the fruit, so if this is thrown down somewhere, let's consider this is the fruit seed that has been thrown down here, right? Now what will happen? Now this will sprout out. It puts its own roots, it sprout out, right? And comes and start becoming a tree, right? And every tree is coming out like that, right? The trees coming out like that becomes what? A forest, right? Forest of being independent people, right? And that's exactly how you see there are like forests of successful people. Why? The reason is because they stay till the end, right? So one thing that what you need to understand is that like even the sun is not permanent, all the time is there, no? So in the night he is not there, right? The wind is not all the time permanent. The problems or the distractions, anything that comes in your way, it is not permanent. That one thing you need to remember. If you are facing problem right now, I know many people who are watching this video right now might be facing or going through a serious problem, right? You need to understand it will go away. But because of that, if you quit, you are done, your life is done, right? So make sure that you do not do that particular thing. So again, I'm telling you the action step is that write down very boldly, I never quit, and then write down your strong why to achieve your goal, so that you want to become that independent tree. And from independent tree, what is the possibility? Again, the possibility is you becoming a possibility in many people's life, and then you creating like you having a lot of flowers, and you will see many people will quit you also, right? So quit on you, saying that okay, this person is like, but one thing you have to understand, the larger purpose is to build the forest, right? The larger purpose is to have beautiful human beings who are a possibility. And that's the work that what we have been doing since last 7 years in this journey, is that how can we create the possibility human beings, right? So who are a possibility for themselves, for their family, for the society and the nation, right? And that's what you need to be understanding, that me not quitting, so I'm becoming a possibility for many people. I'm becoming an inspiration. I'm on this game of building myself and working on building independent career model, right? So you are having this career model to actually work on your life and take your life and your family life and the possibility for many more people around you. I hope that you loved this video. If you have loved this video, share with somebody who might be going through some serious problems or challenges or feels like quitting somewhere. Just share it. So because you never know, so that even if this small video or small training that what people have gone through, if it changed their life, why not, right? So just do that. So like, share and comment. So I would be really looking forward. And also let me know like what are the different types of training that you want from me in the comment box. I would just read every single comment here, so that I would do my best to actually add value every single time.